Welcome to CSEGuru. In this session, we will discuss an example to implement for loop in C, and also we will trace the logic of for loop. Example is to display n numbers using for loop. So here n is the input value given by the user. Suppose if n value is equal to 3 means starting from 1, it has to display the numbers up to 3 sequentially. Suppose if n value is equal to 6 means starting from 1, it has to display the numbers sequentially up to 6. So this is the logic of this program. Already we have discussed the structure of the C program. So first is the header file section, next is the main function, and within the main function we need to write the C code. And at the end of the main function we need to use this return statement to return the output in the output screen. So here in this program, to display n numbers, we need to use the variable n to accept the input from the user. So declare n as the integer variable. And another variable I we are using here. The purpose of using this I variable is inside the for loop, we need to use one variable for initialization comparing with this variable n. That is the loop condition and for updating. So we have declared the variable I also as an integer variable. So these two are the input and output statements to accept input from the user. And if this printf statement is an output statement, and within double quotes, whatever we are typing, that will be displayed in the output screen. So here enter n value. So n value will be given by the user. Suppose n, if you have entered the value as 4 in the sense. Using the scanf statement, accept the input from the user. That is the value 4 will accept and store with the variable n within the memory location. Next is the printf statement. So within double quotes, we have typed a message. That is the numbers displayed are. And using this for loop, and this is the main logic in this program. Using this for loop, starting from the initial value 1, and up to this n value, what is the user has given, the program needs to display in the output screen sequentially. So starting from 1 up to n value. So here n value is 4. So up to n value, the output will be displayed in the output screen. And this process will be done with the help of this for loop. So now we will trace the logic for this for loop. So this is the main logic in this program. So for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. So already we have discussed there are 3 parts in for loop. So first expression is nothing but the initialization expression. That is the variable value used within for loop that has to be initialized first. And next is nothing but the loop condition or loop expression. That is the variable value should be compared with the input value given by the user. That is n. And the next part, that is the third expression, is nothing but the updation, variable updation. So either we can increment the variable or decrement the variable as per the logic of program. When this loop expression is evaluated to true means, the body of the loop will execute once. So every time when the loop expression is evaluated to true, the body of the loop will execute once, and that will be considered as one iteration. So until the condition is evaluated to true, for loop will execute this body of loop for each iteration. So initially consider it as a first iteration. So before that the output will be, first we need to enter n value. So n value we will enter it as 4. And next we need to display the numbers displayed are. And after this statement only, this for loop is there in the program. So now this for loop, if you are considering the initial iteration, consider it as a first iteration. So initially for I value is 1, that is initialized here, and I less than or equal to n, that is 1 less than or equal to n value is nothing but 4. So first iteration, if you are considering, this value initialization is required only at the first iteration. And the next iteration onwards, only the updated value of I we are going to use. So this initialization part is required only for the first iteration. And next condition it has to check. I value is nothing but 1. 1 less than or equal to n value is 4. Condition true. So when this condition is true means the for loop will allow the body of the loop to execute once. So using this printf statement, it will display the value of I. So I value is nothing but in the first iteration I value was 1. So 1 will be displayed in the output screen. Next, at the end of the body of the loop, the variable value I will get updated. So here value has to get incremented by 1. Previously I value was 1. If it gets incremented by 1 means I value is 2. Now consider second iteration. So in the second iteration we have to use I value is nothing but 2 and check the condition whether 2 is less than or equal to n. N value is 4 only. No change in n value. Only we have updated the I value. So 2 less than 4. Condition true. So when this condition is evaluated to true means it will allow the body of the loop to execute once. So using this printf statement, display the value of I. So I value in this iteration is 2 and this 2 value will be displayed in the output screen. Next, at the end of the body of the loop, update the I value using this updation. So I value will get incremented by 1. Previously I value was 2. Whenever you are considering the I value, consider the recent updated value. So recent updated value of I is 2. So now if it gets incremented by 1 means I value is 3. Next, third iteration with the value of I is 3. So consider I value is 3 and check the condition whether 3 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, 3 is less than 4, condition true. When the condition is evaluated to true means it will allow the body of the loop to execute once. So using this printf statement, print the I value in this iteration is 3. So in the output screen also it will display value 3. Next, at the end of this iteration, the I value will get updated. Incremented by 1 means I value is 4. So recent updated value of I is 3. If it gets incremented by 1 means I value is 4. So next consider iteration 4 with the updated value of I. So now in this iteration I value is nothing but 4 and check the condition whether 4 is less than or equal to n value is 4 only. So if you are considering here 4 is not less than 4. It is equal to 4. So here equality condition is satisfied. So anyway, the condition is true. So when the condition is true, it will allow the body of the loop to execute once. So using this printf statement, it will print the I value. So I value in this iteration is 4. And now 4 will be displayed in the output screen. So now this is fourth iteration. At the end of this fourth iteration, I value will get updated, that is incremented by 1. So previously I value is 4, now it is 5. Next iteration, consider I value is equal to 5. Check the condition, 5 is less than 4, condition fails. Whether 5 is equal to 4, condition fails. So this total condition fails. So when the condition fails, it will not allow the body of the loop to execute. Loop will terminate here and control will transfer to the next statement in the C code. So next statement, just it will return. What is displayed in the output screen, just it will return. So now if you are considering, this is the output displayed in the output screen and the program comes to an end now. So n value we have given as 4. So up to 4, starting from 1 up to 4, the numbers are displayed sequentially. So this is the logic of the program. Here if you are considering how many iterations it has executed, that is 4 iteration, 5th iteration condition fails. So the total number of iteration executed by this for loop is 4 iteration when n value is equal to 4. So if you have given n value is equal to 7 means the total number of iterations it will execute here is 7. If you have given n value is 10 in the sense totally 10 iteration, starting from 1 up to value 10 it will display. So this is the main logic of this program, display n numbers using for loop. And internally in the program, the working of the for loop will be like this only, that is in iterations only. Whenever the condition is evaluated to true, it will consider as one iteration and execute the body of the loop. And the next iteration with the updated value of the loop variable, again it will check the condition. Again, if the condition is true, means one more time body of the loop will execute, and that will be considered as second iteration. So likewise, the process continues until the loop condition fails. At any point of time, if the loop condition fails, means it will exit the for loop and control will transfer to the next statement of the C code. So this is the working of the for loop. Thank you for watching this video.